Welcome to the Top 4 Podcast Extra Time. We are here to discuss all things FIFA Club World Cup. What is good, what is bad, and what can be improved. Of course, I'm joined by some esteemed guests right here. Robinho, what's happening, my G?
Listen, we're here to talk about the moneymaker. That is
the billion-pound moneymaker.
That is the Club World Cup.
Joined by AD as well.
Yeah, man. Let's get it, man.
Okay. The Club World Cup is currently happening as we're speaking. There's matches going on at the time of recording. And it's become a bit more than what it used to be. Because back in the day, from my understanding, the Club World Cup was simply the winners of continental competition. So the Champions League winner, the Copa de Libertadores. What are the other ones called? I couldn't tell you.
So you got the AFC Champions League, you got the EFC Champions League, you got the African Champions League, and then
is that what they're just called?
Yeah, no, but America decided to be hipster because they also had the CONCACAF Champions League. Now they call it I think it's the Champions Cup because they just want to be different.
Of course.
Yeah. Just them in Canada.
No, it's them, Canada, the Jamaican football teams. You got Mexico. The Mexican teams, they're the ones that mostly win it. Like the Cruz Azul and them man there. Sergio Ramos is in Mexico winning that competition. Wow. There you go.
Wow.
And he's playing at the Club World Cup.
But that's what it used to be. And now it is a full-on, like a national World Cup where we've got, is it 32 teams?
32 teams.
32 teams. We've got group stages. We've got games every day, 3 games a day. Going from group stage into the knockouts, into the to becoming your Club World Cup champion. Bloody hell, that's a lot to say. The rules are quite interesting though, because not everybody, like some of the teams that are in it, for example, RB Salzburg sticks out like a sore thumb to me. They're in the competition, but like say Liverpool are not in the competition. Robinho, why is that the case?
Okay, so for those who don't understand, I need to break it down for you.
Break it down.
When they expanded it into the competition, they said they're going to make it once every 4 years. Because of how each confederation works, the strongest confederation is UEFA. And because we have the most countries in one confederation, they have tried to make it as equal as possible. So UEFA have been given 12 spots. Then the second biggest was CONMEBOL, so South America. They got 6 spots. The rest of the confederations got 4. And Oceania got 1 because it's the smallest. And there's no professional football team. Surprisingly, there's actually no professional football team in Oceania. They're all semi-pro.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
No, Victory.
No, Melbourne Victories. Australia left Oceania because it was that bad, and they went to Asia. So they're now in the Asian competition.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Fair.
So they
I was like New Zealand, Fiji,
New Zealand, them man there.
Crazy. Samoa.
Island boys. That is what they are.
And my understanding is that no more than 2 teams from the same league.
This is how it worked. So the majority, so Africa, Asia, a little bit of Brazil, a little bit of South America. They basically said with their berths, it's going to be their winners of the last 4 Champions Leagues. Let's call it Champions Leagues of their confederation, just to make it easier. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. With the CONMEBOL, they said the last 4 Copa de Libertadores and the top 2 of the coefficients that didn't make it. That makes sense. Surprisingly, the last 4 winners of the Libertadores are all Brazilian. So there's 4 Brazilian teams. Wow. And then the other two were obviously Boca Juniors and River Plate because they're just standard. So big teams. When it came to UEFA, they decided to apply via 2-league system. What does that mean? So if there are 2 teams that have either won the Champions League or the top 2, that's it. That means no other team can make it into the league. So as a consequence, big teams like Liverpool missed out because they didn't make it. Manchester United, as bad as they are this season, if you look at the coefficient points, guess what? They're in the top 10. They would have made it into the Club World Cup.
Wow.
Barcelona missed out.
Wow.
Because of that reason.
Every 4 years.
I don't know if Juventus are there, but teams like AC Milan have missed out. So like the actual big hitters of European football missed out on this competition because of this 2-league rule. And that's how teams like Salzburg made it in. Not because they're like terrible, but let's keep it the butt. They're not Europe's elite. They aren't. And when it comes to this competition, my biggest issue is that if you want to call it the 32's world's best, put the 32's world's best in there. I don't give a damn if they're all from, half of them are from the same league. Guess what? They dominate Europe. So they put them in. This is not about national league. This is about international. Who is the best from that region? Put them in.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, if they're trying to replicate like the National World Cup, I understand it. It makes sense what they're doing, how they're doing it, because, you know, like in the World Cup, we have like half of it being European teams anyway. And, you know, it's not based on the fact that they're even the best as such. You know, they all qualified to get there. And the way to qualify, I guess, is to win your Continental Cup, as well as being coefficiently higher than others. Okay, fine. It is what it is. What's the good about this tournament? What do we like about the FIFA Club World Cup and the expansion of it, the modified version of it? What do we like? AD.
For me, let AD go. I spoke a lot. Let AD go. Yeah.
You know what? I think for me, what I like about it most is that to try something new. Because let's keep it a stack. Unless our physical teams are in the Club World Cup, we don't watch it. You know, it's in December. It's more of a hindrance than anything, right? I mean, do you remember that season? Liverpool literally had to field scholars and sixth formers, and against Aston Villa, and they got absolutely walloped.
Yeah,
it was like 7-0 or whatever. So I think
call yourself world champ.
Yeah, worth it. Definitely worth it. But I think ultimately it was an outdated, archaic, boring format that nobody gave a monkeys about, realistically. So I appreciate the fact that they've tried to, in essence, make it by definition the Club World Cup. Whereas it's the exact same format as a World Cup, the exact same principle. And I think, unfortunately, a bit of a kick in the teeth that America was the first place to pilot it, because that's not really like a football crazy country. Like, had it have gone to like a South American country, you know, then we can really, really see what they're dealing with over there. But me personally, I think I'm open to giving it a go, man. I think FIFA, they're pumping money into it. I think the winner gets us £100 million. So, you know, teams, you know, the bigger clubs are going to start taking it seriously. So I think, like most tournaments, you might like meander for the beginning, but then when it gets to like the quarterfinals, then you might see I don't even know, like a Real Madrid versus Boca Juniors, and like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So yeah. I'm definitely all for the revamp. My only issue is just the amount of games that they're adding into the players' legs, because what this now means is that players only rest one sum out of 4, which is ridiculous. No, because you have a Euros 1 year, then you have maybe a break, then you have this tournament, the Club World Cup, and then you have an actual World Cup. So in a 4-year cycle, players' legs might just explode before our eyes. So in terms of a fitness perspective, I'm not too sure how it's going to work or what it looks like on players. But from a competition perspective, I think it's quite exciting, actually. And I'm going to be open-minded, and I'm going to give it a go and see, you know, how good it can be.
Yeah, I think the good I see in it is definitely like they're treating it like a World Cup, but for clubs. Yeah. And I don't know whether or not, like, I guess it's better than the old format, because as you say, it was a bit of a nuisance. Even nobody could watch it. It wasn't necessarily available on TV just like that. This is obviously making it bigger. It's got more big teams, and you know, when you look at some of the games that have already taken place in this tournament, we're seeing the first teams of these teams. We're seeing the first 11s actually playing, so it looks actually pretty decent. The only thing the fact that it's just like, I felt like I just watched the Champions League final last week.
Yeah,
And so
it's
to
ridiculous.
see PSG playing again, and I'm just thinking listen, it's going to sound silly because you know what? When the World Cup's on, guess what? It's around this time anyway.
That's
What makes
different.
it different? It's just the
Yes.
fact that the player I saw in a PSG kit is now in a Brazil kit. That does something for me. You know, seeing them in an international
in an international tournament, it's
doesn't
a
feel the
different
same.
level.
Yeah, I don't feel like I felt like I've got off the train and got on a new platform. I'm in a new city. Whereas the Club World Cup just feels like now we're just extending the league season.
Yeah, because Peter, there's times where I'm even having to remind myself, no, this is the 25-26 season now. Whereas, but I actually said, hang on a minute, who even is the PSG captain? He was lifting the Champions League trophy high aloft just the other week. Marquinhos was lifting the trophy, and what I'm seeing Vitinha tearing it up 2 weeks later.
Yeah,
oh hell, man.
Yeah. And I genuinely, and the location is definitely a bad one as well. I get the premise, you know, do it in the location where the National World Cup will happen,
almost like a test run, yeah.
But like, this is where my football bias comes in, and my this is just my preference. But if you've got it in places like either South America or Europe, these are the two places that these tournaments should be held. I'm so sorry, because even like because
the timing's in the middle, smack bang in the middle of the
forget even the timings. The timings is one thing, but you look at the stadiums not being full. I need full stadiums in there. Could you imagine, like, if Boca played Real Madrid at the Stadio Olimpico? There'll be fireworks going for days in that stadium.
Not empty feet in the house.
You know what I mean? If you had that, let's give me a random, PSG versus LA Galaxy, who I hear are not even in it, which is weird, and they won their whatever their version is. Yeah, they bumped it for Messi and Messi's team. Farcical, by the way.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that on the back. Yeah.
So imagine LA Galaxy versus whoever at Old Trafford. Scenes because even the English lot would pack that stadium out.
Pack that.
We get what I'm saying. So for the spectacle, for the thing on TV, because when you're there putting it in the Rose Bowl in California, I'm so sorry, bro. Where a man and his dog is watching that, and the others are at the the NBA finals. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
There's just too much football. I'm tired of football. I don't want to watch it.
You get tired of football. But I'll go back onto another good thing. There are teams that I've generally never seen.
I'm excited to that's the excitement.
Yeah.
Flamengo, Boca, Botafogo. I see Botafogo kick. Who they slap up the other day? These teams that we don't get. Boca Juniors.
They beat Porto.
But you want to see Boca. But you want to see Boca and River Plate at their home ground. Do you get what I'm saying? It's all well and nice them coming to the United States and watching them play. And listen, it's going to be fun while it lasts. But yeah, I haven't got another tournament.
I've got I've got it on the background, and I've got the Red Diamonds. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. The Ura Red Diamonds from Japan, and the fans are going crazy, and they're actually kicking decent ball. But I would never watch them until this. So, like I said,
why would you? And Robin, on that point as well, I think what I am hoping is that, like what we see in the World Cup, hopefully, this gives some never necessarily young, maybe even like PK players a platform to tear it up
from around the world. Yeah,
100%. To actually tear it up and get themselves big moves, and we're actually seeing like different styles mesh, because what do they always say? Styles make fights as well. So hopefully from a purely footballing perspective, I love it, man. I love it, honestly.
I do wish there was more time in the year for this tournament to be played. That's the honest truth. When I'm not knackered in the season to watch it. It just feels like it's come too soon. Like, if the tournament was in July, I could probably maybe I'm missing some football. But then if you start in July and then you go into a season it's like, what are we doing here? So
we don't want it to be a pre-season tournament either.
Say again?
And you don't want it to become a pre-season tournament either, do you?
No, and I'll tell you what, that's one thing I'll give credit to the players for, the teams. They're actually treating this like a proper tournament, because even it's kind of caught me by surprise. I'm treating this like a preseason tournament, whereas actually they're actually going for it. But why are they going for it? Because some of the I hear the prize fee for you get $1 billion.
It's another positive. You get $1 million. No, it's $1 billion in total.
Okay, right. So
whoever wins gets $100 million.
Hop out Salzburg.
The tournament.
$1 billion. What's Salzburg doing in there? Liverpool's not. Bump them out. £1 billion. Bump them out, man. Say the football money. The money in football is a sin.
But if you win, you get £100 million. But overall, every team, including all together, the total share is around $1 billion.
So pro rata across 24 teams.
They've got $1 billion to just dash. Because where did this billion come from?
Have you seen the trophy?
But where did FIFA come up with this? Yeah, I see they've changed the trophy as well. Where did FIFA come up? And why has it got Infantino's like face on it or like his name on it? It's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
I think it's his trophy. I think it's his trophy.
The trophy.
He's an egomaniac, you know.
There's a lot of egomaniacs in this world, unfortunately. But yeah, you're right. You're bang on. But yeah, no, like it's just, where did they collect $1 billion from all of a sudden? Because even DAZN have the rights here.
I think it's sponsored. I think the fact that it's been hosted in the US, I think the US coughed up there. There's a rumor it's going to go to Saudi. So yeah, everyone's just paying into it, that they're hosting it. So
it's a massive money laundering scheme, man. Massive. There's a lot of stuff going on with it.
But it's a positive for teams. Like, if you're in this, you will get paid.
You collect your dough. Yeah.
Because as you said, Pete, obviously you run the risk of it being a pre-season tournament. But hang on a minute, as you said, if there's money on the line, these directors and these board members are not. Whoa! We need Trent today. Pay that 10 million. Pay that 10 million. What are you talking about? Kind of thing. So yeah, I like. And also, you know, they've actually, you know, even the fact that they've literally paused the transfer window, whatever the hell that means. You know,
well, you say they paused it. The argument I've heard is that
just like a week. Oh, first.
It was a week.
The argument I heard was that they started the window early so you could get players in ahead of the World Cup. Then they've done the pause. So like the transfer window wasn't even meant to be open until around now. So the fact they put it forward early so that you could get your players in before the Club World Cup, then they shut
it. You can register them and then shut it.
Exactly.
Fair players, like they you know, they're doing what they can to, you know, again, give teams the impetus to make it bigger and to treat it more seriously. So I can get my Liam Delap, I can get my Trent Alexander-Arnold, I can get whoever I feel I need to get to give it a good shot at this tournament. I like it.
But it made no sense because you're closing it for a week and now it's reopened while the competition is going on. Just keep it open. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Ultimately, for me, yeah, it is a tournament. It will grow. I do see it becoming big if they treat it right. I think there's a lot of kinks to work out, and then we can get onto the bad now. There's a lot of kinks to work out for this tournament, but it can be something big. Like I said at the start, for me, it's the whole, how do you qualify? Put the best in there. I don't care if half of them are from the Premier League. If we treat how we treat Europe in general as right now, half the best teams in the Champions League, guess what? They are from Europe. They are from Spain.
You know what, Robin?
Germany. Yeah,
I'm not mad at their way of getting in, purely because you will never get to see some of these other leagues.
Yeah, I prefer it this way.
I disagree because you wouldn't see Bayern Munich versus Boca Juniors anyway. Not on a regular. Not every 4 years.
But the fact that it's called a Club World Cup, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if give me the opportunity to see it.
I'm all for giving the opportunity to see it. Let's say we have a Leicester season in the Champions League, and Salzburg win it. I won't complain. They won the Champions League. They deserve to be at the World Cup. But win your competition.
Okay, Robert, can I raise the point? Because let's say Salzburg, from all intents and purposes, for I know, let's say from the year like 2010, right? I might be a few years off, whatever. They've won the league all but 1 year. Surely that there needs to be some reward for that, no? Like, what's the point? Okay, the Champions League, they're going to ask the standards to get year out.
One at a time.
Sorry. I want this competition to be serious. If we're going to take it serious,
but it's just another Champions League, Robin. Like if it becomes more
you
European,
can argue against that if it's Champions League or not, and we can spend all that time. But if
That's a
we're
good
gonna
point.
call it my issue is if you're gonna call it the 32 world's best, let it be the actual world's best.
But then who
Because-
decides who the world's best is? Because the coefficient is bent anyway. Because let's say the best team in South Korea, let's just argue, right? The best team in South Korea, they are not going to be ranked in the top 50 in the world, are they? And
No.
that's a problem.
No, they
But
wouldn't.
that's why you got
They will win.
the regional competitions, and that's why when it looks at these spots,
But if you're
like I agree, the spot.
but if you're
You're
giving
not gonna.
more,
Sorry,
if you're
You
if
go.
you're giving more UEFA places for the Club World Cup, that South Korean champion doesn't get there.
Yeah.
And it's almost
Do you
like,
know
well,
what's so funny? The South Korean champion is the one.
yeah, I was given a lame excuse, but like I take it. Is Salzburg there based on the fact that they win the Austrian league, or are they there based on their Champions League performance?
They're based on their European performance. Everything is based on how well your team has done in Europe, not
You know, that
on
makes
the
sense.
league. That's why
Because
I
obviously,
won
if
the
they-
league thing.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Because obviously, if they win the league every year, then they win the Champions League every year. So let's just say they play 6 games. That's 6 lots of points they're going to get, whether they win or not. So it's probably just in that case. Then even more for it. Like I think there needs to be some sort of award. Because bro, I'll be honest with you, Liverpool won the league and Champions League in 2019, right? So we're a couple years out. I'm not mad at it. The rules rule. Like I'd rather give these other teams an opportunity. Don't get me wrong. Does it hamper the quality of the competition? You can argue that. But I think it's nice, it's refreshing, it's new, and I think in the spirit of the game, in order to like raise the profile of the game across Europe, across the world, I actually think it's better this way because it gives more teams an opportunity, more teams an incentive. No,
But I totally hear you, AD, yeah, and I lean more to your side than I do Robinho. But Robinho makes a good point though. Like when you think Salzburg performances in Europe. Even Juventus are there. Juventus are there, by the way. Juventus and Salzburg's performances in Europe. So we're not talking about them winning the tournaments. We're just talking about them getting 3 points in the group stage here, 3 points in the group stage there, winning a knockout round, this, that, and the other. Them man there are ahead of Liverpool, who won the Champions League in 2019, who have been, I say, ever present in the Champions League since, have got probably more wins than Salzburg in the Champions League. And if they've gone into the Europa League, I'm sure they've got more wins than Salzburg put together. So how is Salzburg, sorry to pick on Salzburg, any Salzburg fans out there, but how they end up having more coefficient points or whatever the tally is than Liverpool?
No, but
is
Peter,
crazy
guess what?
to me.
Peter,
It's
guess
cap.
what? They didn't.
It's a cheating
They
cap.
didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't exactly. So the fact that they didn't, but because you can't have more than 2 clubs from the Premier League, and is the reason that Chelsea and City are in there because they won the Champions League?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the
This is what I'm
Champions League. Because Chelsea and City won the Champions League, guess what? That 2 spots was used up. So the rules are what you call it, are intertwined with each other.
So what if
if
3 teams won the Champions League? Just out of curiosity. So say
that's the
Liverpool won it
exception.
in 2022.
So let's say Liverpool, Chelsea, and then Arsenal won. That's the only reason you can have 3 teams.
Got you.
The only reason.
Got you.
I can't lie. The more you're saying it to me, the more it sounds fair. To be honest.
Nah, I disagree.
No, Salzburg
give me-
being in there ahead of Liverpool, I think I have a problem with that.
Yeah, no, give me
Fair.
and you know me, Adrian. I hate Liverpool passion.
I know
hate
you.
them.
I know you.
But they deserve to be there. They do.
I see what they tried to make it a democracy. I get it. Like I'm not mad at it, but okay. You know what? Do you know what the real problem is in that sense? It's the fact that our domestic leagues allow us to have more teams in said competition. That's really where you're going to start seeing get drawn back a little bit more, or maybe
like I
more
said,
teams will get added.
it is interesting
knows?
because UEFA has 55 countries, so essentially 55 leagues compared to there's 55 countries. Like, there's bare countries in Europe. People don't understand that. That's why UEFA has the most spots. Whereas in South America, there's only 10 countries. Asia gets hard done by a little bit because there's bare countries in Asia, but they only get 4 spots. But that's why it's a mixture between
They're not balling,
the strength of the continent versus how many countries there are. So, and unfortunately, Europe is the strongest continent. It is.
Listen, I hope I do get into the Club World Cup thing. I hope I do get to it. Like, even if Arsenal were there, like how much I would be. I kid you, like me in preseason, I don't watch a damn thing. I'll be real. I find the highlights like 6 hours later the next day.
Is it just for tea?
Just for tea, bro. Just for tea. And so when if it came to this scenario here, like go through all the heart rate and stress again. I've done that for 10 months. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did that for 10 months and I gotta get up
guess
again.
it'll be because it's a fresh competition.
The good
I'll
thing
treat it different.
But the good thing with having an international tournament in the summer is that you're relieved of that stress. You can just watch casually as well as enjoy it and get involved in it a little bit. But this just feels like too much. More club football. Leave me alone.
I hear it.
At the same time, the other issues I have is the utter nonsense that they're doing with it. So, for example, they're doing individual walkouts per player, announcing it like it's WWE. What is this? They are literally. What are we doing here?
Cooking.
So what? The men are starting late. Yeah, kickoffs are just late.
Kickoffs are just late. Like, they're just late for no reason.
Honestly, they're loyal to themselves. These people. Anything that's just like a non-original competition, not because FIFA running a competition doesn't really exist, does it? It's just the clubs just take care of it. Even then, the countries take care of themselves. Like they rock up, they get to the stadium, off they go. I don't see no FIFA representation other than Infantino, and even then, what's he doing? He's not doing much. But UEFA, mate, they come in a clang when it comes to the Champions League nights. You see them turn up to your ground 3 days before kickoff. Thinking, geez, man,
it's in the grass.
It's a serious competition. Like, you know how serious UEFA is. Like they ban stadiums if it's not good enough for the
rightly so. We did over 19,000 seater in the Champions League. Piss off, man.
Absolutely. Right. I think anything else? Anything more?
What would you improve?
Sorry, what would I improve?
One thing.
It has to be in South America or Europe. Standard. I don't get discrimination or whatever you want to call it. Call it what you want to call it. It needs to be in Europe. And when I say Europe specifically, it's got to be in England. Yeah, it's got to be Peter Farage here. It's got to be in England, or it's got to be like in Italy. Maybe France. I don't know. Will France fill the attendance?
Oh, they would.
No, but would they care? Would they care?
Oh, they would care. They would care.
I think so.
Because let me tell you something right now. PSG can't play in Marseille.
No, they can't.
Exactly. So it's techie. Germany will fill it, but then Germany might protest because they call it bent. They might protest against it. So, but Germany would be a good one. Have it in them countries. Spain, maybe. Spain don't fill out their stadiums. That's the problem. But like
Spain, Portugal.
Yeah, and then in South America, let's go to Mexico, North America, South America. So we could do Mexico, we do Brazil, we do Argentina, bro. Make it happen. That I'm for. Change the venue and change the times. It's ridiculous these times. But
them 2 a.m. kickoffs.
Nah, man, what is this? I'm seeing Flamengo win at 4 a.m. in the morning. Nah, man.
I can't agree with you with the discrimination thing. Like play the football.
Football was made in England, bro. Bring it to England, bro. Simple. We've got a stadium for it.
Those are your words.
If FIFA don't want to give England a World Cup, because that's bent in and of itself, give us the Club World Cup.
Yeah,
we will happily take the Club World Cup forever, and you can have all your World Cups and all your Euros and all your whatever elsewhere. Give us the Club World Cup.
Bro, Qatar wasn't even built yet, and they gave it to them.
Saudi Arabia, bro. Saeed Ben Rama. Have you heard this one? Saeed Ben Rama has joined a club in Saudi Arabia that was in the 2nd division in a city that wasn't even built. It's like the biblical times over there, right? Them man just have oil transporting from one place to the other. If you saw the land, bro, guys, and the money that they've given Saeed Ben Rama, I'm going to send you the video. It's astonishing. I saw it on Tifo Athletic. I said, this is so bent. How is it? Bro, they gave him a bag. 2nd division of the Saudi Arabian League.
Oh my God. You know what? You're going to end up with like 22 goals in like 18 games. That's pathetic, man. He's gonna look like Hulk out there. He's gonna look so quick, so strong.
He's gonna look like Hulk.
The second division of Saudi Arabia.
You guys are bad people.
Do you know how? What club was Ben Rama at? Was he at Lyon?
Leon, yeah. Then I think they terminated his. He didn't get on too well there.
So he left Leon and he joined the second, not the Super League. He
Oh
joined
my
the
God.
second league. Nah,
Oh,
guys.
wow.
No. Anyone that joins the second league of any country, questions have to be asked.
Must be.
Except England. Questions have to be asked. These are the thoughts of just Peter.
Listen,
On
play
the
the football
No,
wherever you want,
Peter, I'm
man.
with you. Peter, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm team football.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
Robin, where do you
I'm
draw
not.
the line? The second degree of the second division of Saudi Arabia.
I'm gonna send you the video, guys. It's gonna blow your mind. Pause. But let me tell you, it's gonna be
No,
astonishing.
unpause it. Let me have it.
Hey yo, what are we doing here?
Let me
These
have
are
it.
not the words
What would
of
you
Robin?
let's
Say that
close
for
this
sure.
up. We're getting out of hand. Let's close. This is like the FIFA Club World Cup. It's getting out of hand. Let's close this. What was your thoughts on it, Rabini, in terms of what would you improve?
Like I said, for me, I need it to be a serious competition and get rid of the 2 league rule. That's my only thing about it. Get rid of it. I want the world's best there. Give me the best of Asia. Give me the best of South America. Give me the best of America. Give me the best of Europe.
Fair.
You won't see them. Like I said, I'm seeing the best, the who won the Asian Champions League, Red Diamonds, Japanese team. Give me them versus River Plate, who I'm watching right now. And it's actually a pretty good game. I'm never going to watch this for the next 4 years. So you will get those matchups. So, yeah. Give me the best is all I ask.
AD,
You know
what
what?
about you?
You know what? I'm gonna sit on the fence a little bit. Let me actually see how this thing pans out before I start making recommendations and saying what I would do, what I wouldn't do. So yeah, I'm gonna be as open-minded as possible. Gonna give it a clean slate. Hopefully, we get great cracking football, memorable moments, classic final, and let's actually give kudos to FIFA would be right for seeing what was an archaic, boring format and saying, look, enough's enough. Let's pump £1 billion into this and let's actually make it big and let's actually make it grand. But look, change is good. Look what we saw in the Champions League. That was an all-timer season. That was an all-timer campaign. You know what I mean? So let's actually let's actually let the so-called experts do what they think is best. Let's see how it goes.
All right, wicked.
That's my thing.
Let's wait and see, man. Enjoy the Club World Cup. And yeah, we'll be here back for more debates. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you like and debate content like this. This is Top 4 Extra Time. We are out.